The song is over. Here I am back again. So, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señoras y señoras, mesdames et messieurs. It is Seiplo against GoOdy in the semi-final number 2, game number 3. Seiplo won the first game, GoOdy won the second game. And GoOdy did a misjudgment in the first, that's why he lost. Seiplo did a misdecision or misposition with his forces in the second, and now we are in the third, and let's just see where this is going on from here. We are on Terminus 3, Seiplo as the Purple Protoss 6 o'clock, Teal Terran 9 o'clock, GoOdy is, so they're spawning left and right to each other, so some drops will land in the main of Seiplo, some raw prism attack will be able to go for the third. He might actually be able to just warp in some stuff here, but every time I saw GoOdy play on this map, he's having compared to some other really good plays, having a marine here, checking out what's going on with the destructible rocks here, with the destructible debris in that case. So a one gate into expand is a quite common thing to do. We see GoOdy immediately going for the factory. There we see the Hellion, there we see the marines, and there's a starport being built. So now the question is, okay, he does not have a second gas, so he will go for some marine Hellion elevator play here in that region, or maybe even here, but I think he will just elevate up some marines and some Hellions, trying to do some damage, because there we see Seiplo is going for the Nexus after the first gate is out. So now the question is, will Seiplo follow it up with a robo, or will he just put up 2 more gateways? And it I know what's going on. So he's going for a forge. He is expecting 2 things: a Hellion attack or a Cloaked Banshee attack. And because he knows, I might not be able to get out enough stuff in time, and he wants to make sure that his mineral lines are protected, he's going for this forge and forge plate. If you remember the GSL World Championship, when TT1 was playing, I don't know who he was playing against. He was playing against a Terran player, and he knocked him out of the tournament, and he went for this untypical forge play. So he was able to put up the cannons just in case, but he also got the forge up to go for the upgrades, immediately going for the +1 armor. Here we see gates number 2, 3 and 4 being finished. Now let's just check what's up with GoOdy. And GoOdy, he didn't want to go for some elevator play, he just had those buildings being produced just in case. He's got a Viking up already. Maybe he's got the Viking in terms of, oh no, never mind, I was so wrong, I was so right in the first place. Here are the Hellions, and we just didn't spot the small sport here. And nice job actually by Seiplo with the force fields to prevent too much worse stuff from happening, and took out 2 of those 3 Hellions. And I was just a little bit confused, because I saw still so many marines here. I didn't see anything here, but just to recapitulate this, GoOdy was just using his medivac to drop some not some blue flames, some normal Hellions here in the back of the main base to do some damage, but because of this insane amounts of sentry Seiplo was having, and with this immediate force reaction, he's in a good enough position to deal with this. And now, thanks to the forge, and thanks to the +1 finished of course as well, he will have a little bit more robust units, and he will have a photon cannon up here in the main. At the natural, he's having quite a lot of drops already as well, and because of the fact that GoOdy started with so many production facilities before the command center, Seiplo's actually in a good position to get more ahead in terms of economy, sitting on 34 against 31 probes, SCVs, and will just be able to do more damage. There we see 8 marine drop is coming up by GoOdy. At the same time, he's trying to do some distraction action here at the natural, but GoOdy is prepared for this, at least here in that regard, and I think the photon cannon should help out a little bit as well. Here's the photon cannon already. Here are the sentries waiting force fields preventing too much damage from being dealt, and nice job by Seiplo to focus on the Medivac, so all the remaining 4 Marines left were some cannon fodder. The forces here at the Natural repelled those Hellions as well. I mean, both Hellions still alive, but didn't do too much damage. The 7 kills we have are still from the first attack. Let's take a look at the units killed. So, in 11 harvesters in total killed for GoOdy. Not too much. When you commit to this early production facility build, and you just wait with your orbital command quite a long time, you want to make something happen, but he was not able to do this. So Seiplo takes out a Viking, but still the siege tanks on the high ground, and siege tank number 2 and 3 on the low ground out as well. It's just a little too much for him to handle, but nice force fields preventing those Marines from running away. Was not too safe in that regard. I mean, the bunker will go down. Actually, it gets salvaged just in time with the siege tanks up, of course. Seiplo might not be able, at least not just right now, to go for a kill attack here, but he did do some damage. He is forcing GoOdy to go for some more defensive structures buildings once again. Meanwhile, he himself can go for the Nexus here on the low ground on his second expansion. Of course, only 5 mineral patches and a normal Vespine guy there. I mean, it's pretty much a safe expansion, so you can take what you can get. So take it or leave it style, and Seiplo, he takes it for sure. By the way, +2 starting right now for Seiplo. He's got the Twilight Council finished. Of course, you need the Twilight Council in order to get more upgrades than just the +1 armor or the +1 attack. We see the Charge and the Blink not being started. We do not see a Dark Shrine, but this is Seiplo, not White Ra playing White Ra. He really likes his Dark Shrines. Just imagine a War Prism, dropping some DTs here in the left, dropping some DTs here in the right, and looks like with his armory finished, GoOdy now starting the +1 attack. Does he have the blue flame finished? No, he not even started, but he still continued to go for the Mars Hellion attack. I mean, he's producing 4 Hellions at a time. 2 more factors will be finished. With his command center finished, he will be able to mine from the second expansion as well. Let's take a look at the harvester count once again, so to see where we are. It is a 62 probes compared to the 58 SCVs. So GoOdy doing a good job at constantly producing any more harvesters. Let us check the command center. Oh, there's currently no more SCVs being produced, but he should just go for it right away. And I think if he goes for some more SCVs, he will just queue up 5 at once. And yeah, GoOdy, the only player in the world who just queues up 5 more units all over the place and still wins games on a professional level. And I mean, in the last game, GoOdy won because of his perfect EMPs to deal with the Immortals, and the siege tank just rampaging, annihilating, wreaking havoc, obliterating, just whipping apart the remaining units here of Seiplo. And thanks to the Ghosts, he won the last game. And take a look at what we have here in this barracks. No. Anyway, looks like we have an engagement. I just wanted to show you a ghost because GoOdy is having out some ghosts already. Here are 2 ghosts, enough energy for 1 EMP. Do we have the thermal lance on the Colossi? Yes, we do. We see the +2 finished, +3 getting research right now. He is going for the blink as well. Do we see a chrono boost? No, we do not. And yeah. So more damage will be dealt. GoOdy just checking for any hidden expansions here by Seiplo, but Seiplo is planning to go for the center 3 o'clock location right now. I really don't like that. Oh, never mind, my mistake. He's got the charge already finished for the Zealots. So we will be able to charge in. Of course, those charge Zealots against Terran always good. Doesn't really matter if it's mech or if it's bio or if it's a hybrid play. Of course, the only thing he needs to watch out is tons and tons of Hellions with the blue flame, because the blue flame for GoOdy will be finished in the next 30 seconds. and I currently have no idea. I think Bly and Happy just started with their games in the semi-finals, so as soon as this series is over, I will have it to tell you what's going on in that regard. Scouting Hellion gets taken out, no problem at all. +2 coming up for GoOdy here, and we see the Thor is in production, we see some Vikings in production, tanks in production as well, and GoOdy is even going to finish with his command center right now. He may be going for a convention here at the 12 o'clock natural, most likely, or he's just moving over here. I forgot about this. I already thought he would have taken this, but he did not. He's just going for the center 9 o'clock, and with the Nexus finished for Seiplo here at the center 3, he will be able just to mine for more stuff, for more bases, going for 4 more gateways here. And it looks like we have a small engagement once again. Vikings trying to do a lot of damage, and actually they are successful, but so are the majority of the Stalkers in taking out some Hellions. I mean, Colossi are a good unit to have. They deal a lot of damage to those Hellions, to the Ghost, and actually 2 siege tanks as well. But he needs to watch out where he's going with his units. I mean, supply is looking pretty much the same, and looks like GoOdy trying to take out more of the Colossi, but losing 3 Vikings in the process, even though he took out a Colossus, and exchanging 3 Vikings for a Colossus is a good thing to have right now. So we see triple robo all the way once again for Seiplo. By the way, he should open up all of his gates. 2 gates still not open just yet. Leaving some Stalkers here in order to deal with some drops is a very smart thing as well by him. And it looks like he's trying to get in position to deal with the missile turret here. Missile turret just gets completed. Not just yet, the SCV gets taken out, but as soon as GoOdy is finishing with this missile turret, he needs to watch out that it's not burning down. By the way, GoOdy trying to take out more Colossi, but once again, Seiplo is on top of his Blink Micro, being able to take out more stuff. Once again, blinking with the Stalkers in there, take out more stuff. A Ghost just goes down in flames, and the sound of a Ghost dying is really like, or never say die. It still makes no sense, but sometimes those guys just say it. And Seiplo is just able to take out a couple of forces here, a couple of Vikings there, some Hellions here and there, and whoops, this is the wrong button. Let me just check the resources units lost. Is GoOdy slightly behind in terms of harvesters, 72 against 70, pretty much the same, and looks like Seiplo taking out 1 siege tank but losing 1 Colossus in exchange. Not the smartest thing to see, and now Seiplo lost a little bit more supply. But he started with 3 more Immortals. Of course, he needs to freaking watch out where those Ghosts by GoOdy are. And GoOdy, let me just check, he's got 2 Ghosts on the field. Where are those Ghosts? I currently don't see them. I have no idea where they are, but they are somewhere on the field. And of course, EMPing those death balls is quite an effective thing to have, quite an effective thing to do. And with more Immortals on the field, he might be able to break this tons and tons of siege tanks, but still 16 siege tanks are quite a lot of units as well. So Scouting Probe gets taken out here at the Zellniger Watchtower 2 and some more Hellions as well. The amount of bases is not the same pretty soon, because there we see the Nexus just finished for Seiplo. Of course, it is a very, very risky expansion to take, but this is a very positional game right now. It all comes down to position. Seiplo just walking in 12 or more of those Stalkers, and looks like GoOdy is slowly advancing with the siege tanks. Maybe this should allow Seiplo to go for an attack from the back. Maybe just run in with a 12-star charged Zealots here, take out the planetary force, Seiplo force GoOdy to move back. But now those Vikings doing a brilliant job at taking out 1 Colossus after another. But it doesn't really matter too much, because the Colossus, I mean, they are an okay unit to have, but against pure tank Thor, they are not the best unit here. Does GoOdy have the 250mm strike cannon? No, he does not. Now he is, Seiplo got the Templar Archives finished. He was warping in some HCs just to go for some Archons. Where are those? Here they are, and now he's just reinforcing with all of his forces. Looks like this Nexus might be going down, and where is Seiplo going for an attack? Rearranging his forces, having the Immortals and the Archons at the front, blinking in away from the EMP. Very nice by Seiplo. Let's just go and see where this is going from here. The Immortals doing a really good job at taking out a lot of those siege tanks, but there's still so many siege tanks in the back doing some additional damage. Now the Zealots charge in, of course. They have forced some more friendly fire here by the siege tanks, and looks like still GoOdy comes out as the victor. As soon as GoOdy get all of his siege tanks, all of his missile turrets, EMPs, Thors, Hellions and whatnot up, he's in a good position. I mean, Seiplo is down to 86 supply compared to the 141. We see GoOdy wants to land this orbital command. That's why this Nexus is a little bit green right now. But looks like GoOdy does not know about this Nexus. With this Nexus going down, what is Seiplo going to do? He's just going for some more HTs to go for some Archons. He's having 60 more charged Zealots with a +3 attack, with a +2 armor. And now GoOdy knows about this Nexus, and is he sending in some blue flames, some tanks to take this out? Yes, indeed. We see the blue flames moving up already. Seiplo pulling back with his forces. He's got a pylon, so he might be able to warp in a Stalker to deal with it. It looks like he is not just yet doing this. Still got a pylon here to warp in some additional units there as well. But looks like for the moment he's just pulling back. He's just waiting for some more Immortals. And I mean, he is mined out in the main at the second expansion. Still got some small amount of mineral patches left here. GoOdy just decided to go for the 12 o'clock main, and when Seiplo is moving out right now, he needs to make something happen. And this is not too many Hellions left, no ghosts on the field. Now there we see a ghost, gets taken out right away. Now he needs to kill a lot of stuff. But with this Nexus going down, Seiplo simply doesn't have no possibility to mine anymore. So this small, very slow push by GoOdy was all he needed to do. He had a good enough army composition. His EMPs weren't the best, so it was not that one-sided like it was in the last game, but as soon as GoOdy's got a 200 mech army up and running, it doesn't really matter if you're a Terran Zerg or Protoss. You're just in a lot of trouble because nobody plays mech like GoOdy plays mech. And GG is called, and GoOdy advances to the finals, and there he will either face Happy or Bly. Congratulations to him.